Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here, this time reviewing on Action Comics issue number 0, New 52 comic review. Now, as you know, the issue 0 of the New 52 comic book line had titles from Green Arrow, Justice League Dark, Earth 2, World's Finest, Wonder Woman and so on, were meant to sort of give you a glimpse of what the characters were before the events of their first issue. And the cover mainly has Superman in his iconic original look from the first few issues of the New 52 Action Comics line. And let's get on the story. It starts off how in Metropolis, where Superman has Clark's plan to get his t-shirts done, all 1200, which the guy says, "And you want this printed on them? Huh. What is this, some kind of college crest?" Which is meant to be the Superman symbol, which is kind of a bad idea as the guy would automatically figure it out. So of course Clark gets his job at the Daily Star, which he meets Mr. Taylor, saying, "I'll tell you what my first editor told me, Clark. The story never comes before the people in the story. I'll try to always remember that, Mr. Taylor." And we're shown how Jimmy Olsen and Clark are playing a kind of Call of Duty-like game, and how Superman mentions about Lois Lane's stories, and you can kind of tell Clark is pretty much impressed with Lois Lane's skills, and even Jimmy Olsen mentions about the place he got from his dad, given the fact his mum went off with a magician, and after getting into trouble, his dad did come in to sort of help out. So of course Clark wants to sort of get to know Lois Lane, and pretty much him saying, "I guess we'll see about that, Jim." So we're shown at the top of the rooftops where a group of henchmen are taking a policewoman who know about something big. Clark shows up to confront them, just as he's about to get his X-ray vision on. He pretty much takes down the bullets, so they get a rocket launcher and blast Clark away, which of course ends up making him fall down. And of course a kid says, "Hey, mister," and so takes the cape and pretty much leaves Clark to tend to his wounds. So we're shown how Perry White is wondering what he's trying to show him, and he mentions about a sort of person who's able to fly in that, and the S symbol. So of course Perry White's left wondering what's the S meant to stand for, and Wonder Woman has the theory that it's meant to be a story. So we're shown at the kid's apartment where his mum and dad get into an argument, and you can kind of tell the boy is quick to kind of confront him, for him saying, "Huh? You want some, huh?" And ends up trying to pierce through the S symbol of the cape, but is pretty much indestructible, and takes him out and leaves with his brother. So we're shown where Clark goes to his new apartment, where he meets the owner, and pretty much asks about her husband, who's obviously meant to be the New 52 version of Mr. Mxyzptlk, and her saying about his trademark hat, and how an incident with a rival magician put him in a coma for 7 years. Clark does apologise to Miss Nance Bliss, and she does say that it's not his fault, and that, you know, there's no possible apologies needed. So Clark pretty much leaves his stuff behind and goes patrolling as Superman. We're shown how the kid and his little brother are planning to sort of get away and find a new life. And we're seeing how the drunken father shows up saying, "You're coming home with me. It's all over." So the boy tries to confront his dad, and just as Lois and Jimmy search for the Superman story, we see how Lois Lane sees what's going on, and just as the train tracks start to start to kind of come to, you can tell the father's quick to let his oldest son die. And we're seeing how, just as he thinks he's going to be hit by the train, Superman shows up just in time and rescues the kid, who gives him back his cape. And after pretty much meeting Lois Lane and that, he does, say to the kid that, that his father won't hurt him anymore. And we're shown at the end, the father gets arrested, Child Services show up, and we're shown how Wonder Woman prints the story, ending it there and there. So, the issue, I would say, isn't too bad. I think it's meant to be more basic, more trying to go back to the original roots of when Superman could confront woman beaters as well as abusers, which does go back to that old element. And I kind of feel you could have had the kid as a slightly young potential Superboy or something else. Otherwise, not a bad story, so I think it deserves a thumbs up. Still good, and still alright. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.